Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is my how I did my makeup in my 20s, 30s and 40s tag. I have searched on YouTube, I haven't seen a tag like this. I have seen how I did my makeup when I was in school tag or when I was in high school tag. So I hope you enjoy this stroke show and tell tutorial. This is my 40s, by the way. I hope you enjoy it. If you'd like to see how I got this look, please stay tuned. So I will be doing a giveaway with all the technical stuff, going from using my iPhone to using my camera to film. I've lost a lot of footage, a lot of technical hitches, a lot of technical difficulties. Changing from one to the other is no joke. You can just lose all your footage, and yeah, I suppose it happens, you know, that's how it goes. But I will be doing a giveaway with all the kerfuffle. I missed my year anniversary of being on YouTube. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a giveaway. A giveaway. So it's going to be a makeup based giveaway, I think, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning that giveaway is subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. I will be setting up a Facebook later on, but I haven't done that as of yet. All the handles to all my social media will be in the description box below. So let's get stuck into it. When I was in my 20s, I used to relax my hair to death. So it was like straight. Didn't wear hardly any makeup. Even though at this point I was a makeup artist, didn't really wear much. Kind of Pat McGrath kind of flow. She didn't wear much makeup. A lot of us that were makeup artists, we used to work at this place, and there was like at least 12 or 15 makeup artists, and we very rarely wore makeup. We just used to just come in, wear the basics, and then we just used to just do our thing. So it would just be a basic brown. So this is a Barry M. That's exactly what I used to use. These ones, Barry M. This is number 10. I don't even have to still make it anymore. So I just used to, this would be in the morning, no primer, no nothing. To be fair, I don't even think I use brushes. I just used to use, yeah. Probably because I was doing it all day. Yeah, it was just one of them ones. Then onto the eyes. I always had to have liquid eyeliner. I used to wear liquid eyeliner since I was a kid, talking from 15 onwards. I would wear just liquid eyeliner, Constance Clairol. I haven't got any Constance Clairol with me. I stopped using that about 10 years ago. So this is still my basic 20s look. Liquid eyeliner. I'm using the Makeup Revolution liquid eyeliner. I will put all the information in the description box below. And the thinner for me, the better. Barely there, liquid eyeliner. This reminds me of the Constance Clairol brush. It's a really thin liquid liner. And then I put a little bit of mascara. I think the mascara I used was Collection 2000. I haven't got any Collection 2000 with me, so today I'm using the Extreme MUA Curl. So all is very cheap brand. I haven't got anything against cheap brand makeup, because cheap brand makeup I always mix and match. So basically I use a lot of Sleek, I use Collection 2000, I use MUA, I use Ben I use Bobbi Brown, use all Laura Mercier. Yeah, I use most brands. For me, if it's good, I don't really mind what bracket you fall in, whether you fall into drugstore, tea. I use a lot of Makeup Revolution. Yeah, as long as it's a good brand. I've not been brought up with high end is better. Just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's necessarily good, and just because something's cheap doesn't mean that it's rubbish, and vice versa. As you can see, I haven't got much lashes, but that's alright. Oh, actually, the makeup I used to use was Bourjois. Yeah, Bourjois. Any one of the mascaras I could find. Yeah, I used to like Bourjois. Might start using it again. So that's the eyes done. And before I started working as a makeup artist, I would just finish with my lipstick, which I'm going to do now. But then after I started to work as a makeup artist, I started to use powder. So I'll show you how that goes. I've always lined my lips since I was 15. It's not a new thing. It's been out very, very long time. Even if you want to call it ombre, this is how a lot of us young girls back in the day used to do our lips. But I used to use black, not brown, until I hit my 20s. I started to use this Laval. And I've been using Laval for years. Laval is like Silique, for those of you who don't know. Laval brand. Really good, cheap, beauty supply store brand. So I line my lips. Some girls just used to have a thick black line and you just stop it there. But I always take my finger, smudge it. Then I'd put some sort of gold. I just had to have a basic gold. This is Vital. Vital is another Silique. It's like Silique. It's another drugstore, another beauty supply makeup brand. Lipstick. Put my lipstick on. You always had to line your lips. To use Silique, plain chocolate or brown sugar, which I still use today. Try and get you to see it there. You might say, yeah, but that's the ombre look we do now. Yes, it's we never used to call it ombre, just used to outline your lips. And then for more intensity, you do a darker line on the top. This is where I used to spend most of my time, on my lips, nothing else. How you see my eyes, how you see my mascara, that's it. Then my trusty Silique clear original lip gloss. It's all rubbed off. I still use that now. So you can either go directly onto your lips, or what I do is I just put it onto my back of my hand. Yes, the lip gloss phase has been around for years and years. So then take it and dab it onto the lip. I'd have a lot more than that. My lips shine, and a lot of people think it's because I put lots on. It's not really. The Silique, that's why I keep using it and still been using it for 30 years, is because it's got really high shine and last all day. Then to finish the outline, I'm going to be using plain chocolate. That's by Silique as well. You can see these are worn down because I still use them now. So on to my 30s. This is how I used to have my hair. It was more drastic than this. I used to shave the sides. It had leopard print put into it. Probably a bit longer on this side. And I used to, every 2 weeks, I used to get it cut by a barber. For those of you who know me, you know what I'm talking about. Still no foundation at this point. I discovered MAC concealer. Started to use MAC concealer, but I haven't got any MAC concealer today because I switched to LA Pro about 4 or 5 years ago because it's so much better. Or should I say, it's equivalent to, maybe it is better. Maybe it is better. So this was my routine. Again, no primer, nothing on the face. I would just conceal, powder, the eye makeup you saw in my 20s, and the lipstick you saw in my 20s. Oh, and I did start to do my eyebrows slightly in my 30s. So here we go. I think in the MAC I was NC 40. Yeah, NC 40. At this point in my life, I was still doing freelance makeup as well as doing other started getting into teaching work. I started to volunteer at my local church, teaching street dance. Yeah, that was my 30s. Yeah, so I'll just conceal anything that I didn't want to, that I needed to conceal. I don't normally have spots. It's I've changed my cleansing routine. I don't think my skin likes it, so just starting to get spots. Okay, and then I still wouldn't use foundation, like I said. I would use Bobbi Brown powder. Bobbi Brown powder I haven't got today. I've switched to the Ben Eyes, so they're just as good. Bobbi Brown's, the price point. The reason why I stopped using Bobbi Brown, it was mainly the price point. I went for a phase of being redundant, getting my redundant. I'm sure a lot of you have been through it at some point in your lives, whether that's in, I think in the States they call it laid off, whatever. So I went for a phase of being redundant, but I still wanted to look good, so I changed from Bobbi Brown to yeah, I didn't do a big switch. Bobbi Brown to, oh yes, I was using Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals, I was buying it on eBay. I think it was like £7 compared to Bobbi Brown's, which I think at the time, I don't know if it still is now, but it's normally £22, £23, and I couldn't afford that, so I started to change to Bare Minerals. So that's in my 30s. So then with the Bobbi Brown powder in my early 30s, I would just press it in all on my face. And I used to use basic brown. So this is very, very, this sienna is very, very close to basic brown. Yep. Then I'll dust it off what was left. See, that gives you a nice coverage. Anyway, it's not too heavy. Still looks quite natural. And then I will do my eyeshadow. Like I said previously, use a bit more shimmers on my eyes. I'll show you what I used to use on my eyes. So I've used the brown. Any brown I could find. At this point, I was still using a bit of Barry, but then whatever makeup I could get. And I started to get a little bit more adventurous with colour. Yeah, I think I started to get a bit more adventurous colour. So then I'd use, this is another Laval. These are amazing. These pencils are so good. I'd use that to highlight. So I'd use that to highlight the brow bone. And then I'd use it on the under eye. See how that just wakes up the eye and opens it up. And then I would use my liquid eyeliner. My liquid eyeliner got a little bit thicker, but nothing too major. I'm gonna use my W7. If you haven't heard of W7, W7, I suppose it's Constance Clairol makeup revolution kind of level. At the moment, or should I say, what people are loving at the moment in W7 is the W7 banana powder and the W7 that come with a new berry range. I think they're called Vivid Berries or something like that. And it was the same. I'd still use my Constance Clairol. I'd still be using that at the same time as freelance makeup, being a freelance makeup artist, as well as volunteering at my local church. I was doing a degree in performing arts, so I didn't have time to be putting on no makeup and going nowhere. Got a tablet. What that? Now onto my 40s, how I do my current makeup look. Sometimes this makeup looks just for when I'm going for a meal, cinema, that kind of feel. Meal, cinema, church. Sometimes when I go to work, I only just do a concealer and then powder. So that's like when I was in my 20s, but it's a lot lighter than that. When I was in my 40s, I started to use Revlon Colour Stay. I don't know why I used it. I think I did some research on foundation because I've never really worn foundation up until my 40s. So what I found was that I had to mix. I just wanted to try something different on my skin makeup routine, and yeah, so I mixed. I've got Revlon Colour Stay Combination Oily Caramel, which is 400, and I have the Revlon Colour Stay Toast 370, and that's oily combination. I have oily T-zone. I always prep my skin with the aloe vera gel bioactive skin treatment. That's from Holland & Barrett, 99.9% gel. I've been using this. I've been using it as my first primer, as you would call it. It's really good for the skin. I used to use eye creams for any wrinkles. But I found that the aloe vera gel is really good. And yes, that was a big thing on YouTube when I started using the aloe vera gel. And I do swear by it. Any marks, like I've got some breakout marks here from like I said, my latest skincare routine. I put some a mask on my face. My skin didn't like it, so now let's let that soak in for a little bit. Might see a little bit of residue because I've already put some on earlier today, and it just sucks your face in, just pulls it in, cools it down. It's really, for those people that know it, it's really good. So then on to my primer. I was looking for just a primer. And like I said, I never used to prime my face, and you know, that was more left for my clients. I used to just, you know, put what primer they wanted on their face, and you know, but you know, then when I started, I just found that my makeup would last longer. The one that I found was really good was the W7 Prime Magic Face Primer Camera Ready. Now this is a dupe for Smashbox. Only need a little tiny bit. I don't know if you can see that amount, just a small amount. And then just put it over your face. It feels silicone based. Straight after my primer, I've got my Revlon Colour Stay. Now because I've got hyperpigmentation, which between my neck, see if you can see it, see my chest and my neck and my face are darker than my chest. So this only matters if I'm wearing like a top that's a little bit lower. Other than that, I mean, I've got different shades of foundation. Sometimes I don't even mix it. Sometimes I just put on a dark one and wear it, because my skin, everyone's skin tone changes within the summer and winter, so I just gauge it. But this is the foundation I started using. Now I do have different foundations. I like to try different foundations. Might say I'm a late starter with foundations, but that's cool. And how I do it, I warm it up on my hand. So I just warm it up on the back of my hand, put it onto my area, and then I spread it across the skin with a foundation brush. And I've got a really good foundation brush. This one's an Amore Copy. I'll show you, yeah. And a more copy brush, and I got it from AliExpress. Now what I do is I blend it in. You noticed I didn't do any colour correcting, because when I first started to use foundation, I didn't colour correct. I just used my concealer. And I do colour correct. It just depends on what foundation I'm using. Some foundations my dark marks peek through. Some days it doesn't. Now what I do is I just put my finger up my nose, because my skin's darker there. So go around the eyes with the warmth of my finger. And then I massage it into the hairline. Nothing worse than seeing a hairline like line mark where it's separated from your makeup. It's alright if you're wearing a fringe, but if you're not, then no. Then I go in with a warm, damp beauty blender. Now it's important that it's warm, because I find that it just seems to make the makeup adhere to the face more. As you can see, I don't apply my makeup with the beauty blender. The beauty blenders, for me, it's a finisher. I have recently bought a silly sponge from AliExpress, and I've used it once, so I'm going to be doing a review on that shortly as well. So let me just make sure that it's how I like it. Always go by your ears. And the Revlon Colour Stay gives it a you get a medium to heavy coverage. Then I use my Pro Concealer, LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. What I love about the Fawn, it's quite yellow based. So even if you don't colour correct, that works as well. I'm not putting extra product on, I'm actually just using the brush. Just to spread it out. I'm going to use the warmth of my hands again and blend it in where it needs to go. Now this normally takes me quite quick. It seems like it's a long time in here, but it's because I'm explaining. Now I always do the concealer, spread it around so it acts as a eyeshadow base. Sometimes I don't even do my nose to highlight my nose. It just depends. That's the beauty of makeup, it's all preference. Have it as a base for your lips as well. Then I'll go straight in with my Ben Eye Powder. So then I put my Ben Eye Powder to set my concealer, and then I use like I do like a double contour. So I'm using Ben Eye Chestnut, and it just gives us a nice contour, especially like for every day. And around the perimeter. And then depending on what I'm wearing, I like to do neck contour. I don't always do one, it just depends what I'm wearing and where I'm going. Then onto the ebony. I've got these in these little containers. I just decanted them in there because it's just easier. You only need a little bit of this because it's really pigmented, really dark. See how that brings that contour, and it's only halfway down. And then what's left on the brush, just bring it round. And I've recently started setting my face with the Laura Mercier, which is, it really is all that. It's really good. And you can go over your contour with it, you know, if you feel like it's too much. And it fades it down. Just use it to set your whole makeup. Just gives it that nice look. Then for under my eyes to take away my Ben Eye powder, I use it's the Colour Stay Mineral Finishing Powder. Now they've discontinued this. You can still get it on eBay. The one I'm using is, I think it's called Sun Teen. But the best one, the one that's really one up from that, is Sun Kiss. It's really nice. Sometimes I don't like the Ben Eye, sometimes I switch it around. I've recently started to use the Makeup Revolution banana powder. That's just as good as the Ben Eye banana powder, but it's not as good as the Sacha Buttercup. And then I like to highlight it. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Shimmer Brick Radiant. Using it where I've highlighted. Then I'm going to do my nose. I like contour my nose. Now, I'm not trying to make my nose look skinny. I'm just bringing back some definition. So I'm just going to use the chestnut banana powder. Sorry, the chestnut benai powder again. Just tapping a little bit in the lid. Swirling it. Just shaping it gently. Like I said, I don't want a sharp contour. You see your fingers to blend it in. Just bring a little bit around the eye. Make sure I can see. And then in with the Makeup Revolution. This one's the waterproof one. Then depending on what I'm doing, just in with the eyeliner again. Then I'm using a telescopic L'Oreal. This is really good. This is a new one I've started to use. I used to use Maybelline a lot, but lately I've been switching between the two. So it's between the telescopic shocking extensions, which is really good because I've got really small lashes, as you can see, and it's good at grabbing the small lashes. Then onto the eyebrows, I'm using my Sleek 191 pencil, same as I showed you before. My makeup in my 30s, but this is a bit more defined. So I've done my eyeliner as normal. I've used my setting spray, done my eyeshadow, done my eyebrows as normal. Now onto the lips. Sleek brown sugar, which I used when I was in my 30s. That just outlines the lip. Then onto my lips again. One last check. So just to go over, just to recap, I used my GRWM eyeshadow. Then I did my eyebrows with my Sleek pencil and my LA Girl pencil. Then I used the bronzer, Makeup Revolution bronzer, and I'm going to put a bit more on because I've used a setting spray, just to give it that. And like I said, it depends where I'm going, what I'm doing. Then yeah, then onto the setting spray. So I've already put it on once, and I'm going to use the setting spray again just to give it a final set. Make sure that your lashes and everything in place. At this point, actually, if you want to do a second coat of mascara, because I've only got one coat of mascara, go ahead and put it on, because I can see where my foundation and concealer met. Now always spread my concealer around my face. What's underneath, I spread it around my eye, and when I say my face, I mean my eyes, just to make sure that it sets as a base, because that's a really good makeup base, and it gives your makeup a uniformed look. I can still see a little bit of white. Should I say powder? Then once I've set that, I then set my face one last time You see the contour, it's just half a contour. It's not too much for just every day. Obviously, when you go now, you just increase that and you make it more stronger, more defined. I don't like to do too much contouring, especially around my nose. I just like to just have a soft, gentle contour. Let it dry. Check your makeup, make sure there's no holes. If you want to put more highlight on, sometimes it's nice to put the highlight on when your setting spray is a little bit damp. It's just a little trick for you. You might want to put a little bit more on. Especially day where you're just going for like a natural looking makeup. There's my makeup tag look, how I did my makeup in my 20s, 30s and 40s. My makeup more or less stays the same, the base, but it varies. Like I'm experimenting with a silly sponge at the moment. I'm using different types, different varied foundations, using different techniques, but this is the get-go. This is how I normally do my makeup. So if you like what you see and you've liked this tutorial, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials and reviews. It's because I've switched from using my iPhone and started to use my camera to record. So I've had to do learn a whole technical learning curve, which has been really frustrating at times. I've lost a lot of footage. I've filmed this X amount of times. I filmed so many videos that I've had to delete. Lots of reviews. Well, I'm getting there. So if you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and thank you for my latest subscribers for subscribing, and thanks for those that have been waiting. Thanks for your patience for sticking with me. I am going to be putting out some really good reviews and a lot more videos, I promise. Thanks for watching. Bye.